now ready for one of the rivalries that defines this sport. Ohio State versus Michigan. The scarlet and gray versus the maize and blue. To many fans on both sides, this is a one-game season. Ohio State, of course, defending national champions, but Michigan has bragging rights. They've beaten their rivals the last 4 times. Welcome to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see, the national champions from last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. 3A Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get this thing going. The Buckeyes will kick this deep to get us going. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. So the Michigan Wolverines offense comes on the field first today. Well, Michigan versus Ohio State. Don't have to say too much more, but a lot was said after last year's Wolverine victory in Columbus. A lot of joy. Buckeyes eventually use that as fuel to go on and win the national championship.
Usually when Ohio State and Michigan get together, not only the emotions, but the line of scrimmage decides the outcome of the game. And last year was no different. Michigan, to their credit, Mason Graham and company, dominating Ohio State's run game, pressuring the quarterback, and that's what eventually led them to a victory. They didn't have a whole lot going for their own offense, but their defense was dominant. And the Buckeyes, in my opinion, I think they used that loss as a springboard to their next 4 games in a national championship. Cannot wait to see the emotions on this field and what the results are of this year's game.
And he shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
You can see what the offense is trying to do here with this screenplay, but they avoid disaster by at least getting a few positive yards. The defense doing a great job of anticipating the screen here.
The Wolverines will bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to flip the field here. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense out there for their first possession. And of course, one of the subplots today, Kirk, is the Heisman race. Now, this quarterback doesn't want to think about that, put that kind of pressure on himself. But if he keeps playing the way he's played, he's going to be in New York.
Chris, the thing that really stands out to me is somehow he's able to ignore all the pressure, all the hype, every single week people asking him about dealing with the pressure of living up to the expectations of winning the Heisman, and yet he goes out and executes and continues to play great football. Let's see if he can do it today.
Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game, is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. The receiver grabs it, and the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. The Buckeyes will send their punt team on the field. He's on to boot it away now. And we'll see what he can do on the return. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. And they'll begin the drive here, set up at the 30. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Crosses the 45. They get him down, but a big gainer to the 42.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop it. Both teams settling in, looking to set the tone here, Kirk, in a game where there's a lot for both teams coming in.
Yeah, both these teams realize this is a key game in the grand scheme of things. Late in the year like this, a winner may be able to look back at this as a game being the reason they finish strong and make a big push to those bowl games around New Year's.
False start on offense.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Now it's second down here. They're going to run it here. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. Crucial third down play coming up after that run. Can he make it to the marker? Breaks through the tackle. They convert on third down and move the football to the 25.
Well, good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense some fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to make some big plays downfield off play action.
The Wolverines pick up enough yardage for a first down. Offense comes up on first down in 13 personnel. This can create some problems for a defense. Finds an open target on the left side. And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. So a field goal attempt coming up now. It'll be a 33-yard attempt here. Knocks that one right down the middle. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0. They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Well, for many, this is the quintessential college football rivalry. It combines tradition, high intensity, and very often high stakes.
Yeah, Chris, I really think the rivalry has changed over the years. Guys in my era would tell you,
the ball is loose. The offense able to fall on the football, lucky to maintain possession there. And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. He's in the clear. And the sophomore brought down after an excellent run.
Offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball.
Swarm with a pass rush, a sack.
That's a really nice job of bouncing back by this defense after giving up that big gain. This time they get the pressure and bring that quarterback down.
See if the offense can overcome that sack. Second and long. Play fake, looking to throw. And it falls incomplete. The defensive pressure hurried the throw that time.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Now on third and very long, looking to throw. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down. Buckeyes will line up to boot it away. They're going to kick it away for the second time. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Michigan offense back out on the field. They're trying to build this lead here. Had to settle for 3 last time out. Here comes the opening play of the drive. They begin from the 33. Off the play fake on first down. He escapes the pocket. Hit just as he throws the ball. The pass is incomplete, but a flag down on the field. So let's check this out. Well, sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's controversial, but that lineman a little bit too far downfield, and that's a costly penalty. Trying to find room. It's Marshall. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the first down.
And it's incomplete. Just missed the wide receiver there.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Fires it to the wideout. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete. And the Wolverines will line up to kick it away.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Back to throw. It's Sayin. The receiver makes the catch.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. And they pick up the first on the ground. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. So, Kirk, Michigan has the lead here at the end of the quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. The Buckeyes will have to punt this one away. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. And they'll start the drive here from the 23-yard line. Handoff to the single back. Gets past the 35. Gets into space at the 50. Finally, they make the tackle, but this defense reeling after a huge explosive play. The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. Looking downfield near the end zone. Oh, and it's incomplete. He flat out dropped what would have been a touchdown. 2nd down coming up now. Here's the 2nd down play. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs, and also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
What a kick. It's good from 57.
So it hits the crossbar and goes through. That kick seemed like it was a mile away. He got it up in the air and gave it a chance. Hits that crossbar, and it's 3 points.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. drive, he looks right for a completion. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Looking downfield. It's Sam. Taking a shot deep down the right side. And it's hauled in. Catch made way downfield. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion. We'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. That's reeled in. It's Smith. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated and get the ball in his hands, you do it.
The Buckeyes looking to keep this drive rolling. On 1st down, it's play action. Pressure is coming. Oh, the pass is picked off. Not much on the return. Tackle at the 17, but a big interception for this defense.
How about the big fella coming up with the interception? You don't see that very often.
And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a 1st down.
Of course they're going to pick up the 1st down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Hoare. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. They're going to run it. He shreds the tackle.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. Can they make the 1st down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision? Caught near the sticks. It's McCulley. They keep the drive going. It's a 1st down at the 46. The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Here's the option play. Fights off a defender. Pitches to the back. As the 1st down is still going. Tackle made, but it's enough for the 1st down. A well-executed option play. Back behind the quarterback, line in the pistol. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Pass is tipped and falls incomplete. Someone got a hand up to deflect that one.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
The Wolverines looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain. And it's out of bounds after a decent gain. So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Running back with the football. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
This defense just hasn't had many answers for this running back. Guy's already over 100 yards on the afternoon, but give him credit there. They made a nice play in the backfield.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Lets it go quickly. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They slow the game down with a long, winding drive to lose a touchdown. That was impressive.
What's impressive to me is the consistency. You know, it's one thing to hit a receiver and he'd score a big touchdown, but to be able to go and sustain drives and keep the sticks moving, that puts a lot on the quarterback and the execution of the offense, and man, did they make that look easy.
Here comes the point after attempt. He connects on the PAT. It's 13-0 now. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Bringing it out. It's Graham. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. Scanning the field. It's Sayin. And it's incomplete that time. Just out of reach of the receiver. Incompletion makes it second down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Grabbed by the receiver.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
The pocket breaking down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. The drive stays alive with that first down completion. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. On the ground, it's Peoples. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. Offense getting set. Second down play here. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Short connection to the tight end here. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. Grab down the middle. It's Tate. They tackle him at the 43, but that's enough for a first down. Buckeyes hustle to the line to run the hurry up. First down. They're going to throw the football. Oh, and he misfires just beyond the receiver's grasp. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. It's a short completion to the tight end. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. Offense facing third and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough fourth down decision? Back to pass. It's Sayin. Good throw, complete to the tight end. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a fourth and short. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. The Buckeyes will bring their punt team onto the field. That's his fourth punt already today. And he punts it out of bounds, so no return. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Interesting position here. How aggressive do they get to try to add to this lead before halftime? First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Let's it fly to the wideout. What a catch! And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Marshall.
Chris, one of the things I love about this running back, it's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Looking to throw here. And he dumps it off to the tight end. And the gain just good enough for a first down. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Short throw complete to the tight end. And the defense tackles him in what should be the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when the Wolverines and Buckeyes get together, and a fun first half to boot. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
All right, Kevin, thank you for the update. The Wolverines will kick it away to get us going in the second half. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now, the 25. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Slides a quick throw. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Caught in the backfield. It's Tate. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Of all the receivers to lose track of, it's this guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country. Lucky that wasn't the score.
They'll run it from the gun. They get him down, but he crosses midfield, spot the ball to 44. Still looking for that elusive touchdown, but finally this offense is moving. First down and 10. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9. The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Oh, what a grab! And moves the football to the 27 and a first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. Again, makes it 2nd and medium. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Now it's 3rd and short in the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Looks like the coach decides to go for 3 points here. Here comes the field goal team. And it's good right down the middle.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. Here's their first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Looking to throw it on first down. Running back has it on the screen now. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Trying to bait this defensive line into believing they have a shot to get to the quarterback on the pass. Instead, they recognize screen right away, make a really nice play for a lost yardage.
Offense appeared to be confused about the snap count there. It'll cost him 5.
False start of offense.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Throwing off play action. Looking for his big tight end. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
End zone ahead. And he could not be stopped. Touchdown, Ohio State. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kirk.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, as you know, the reason this team has such a nice lead today is the day that this guy has had running the football. But that time, finally, the defense comes up with an answer for him.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Looking to pass here on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Morgan. Tackle made after a solid gain. Will spot the ball for 31.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
The gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football. Second down after that previous play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And that pass is incomplete. No idea who he's trying to throw it to. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. The sure hands. It's pre-scoring. It'll be enough for a first down, brought down at the 43.
What a nice find there by the quarterback on third down. One of the most telling stats for me at the end of the game is how you do on third down. Being a good third down team is invaluable to your team's offensive success. That's why you drill it so much in practice.
On the move, looking deep down the right side. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
You know, they don't hit this downfield, but it gives you an idea of how much pressure this quarterback can put on this defense. They've got to cover all these receivers, worry about the running game, try to pressure the quarterback, and then deal with him when he breaks out and scrambles like that. He's a threat to run or throw.
And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout or they check him out. Challenging play for the offense. They face third and long here from their own 43. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. He could go. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Pick six could be a game changer.
Oh, he tried to force it, and it backfires. Heck of a job by the defense of stepping in front of that throw and taking it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point makes the lead 4. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Return starts from inside the 5. And the returner is brought down. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Right at the 20.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
The game makes it second and medium. To the air, it's Keene. It's made on the left side. Brought down at the 28, and it's good enough for a first down. The offense with 3 tight ends now in first down, trying to create a mismatch. Gives it to the back. The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
The Wolverines are on the move here. They'll hand it off. He finds some space.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
They'll run it here. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Third down play here out of the shotgun. Grab down the middle. It's Morgan. Breaks into the clear. Touchdown, Michigan. And they jump on top here in the second half.
This is how you start to get rolling. That's 2 touchdowns so far, and the more he gets fed, the more often he's going to cash in.
The PAT puts them up 3. And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. Sets up as a classic finish. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Turner trying to create good field position. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. Off the play fake, looking to throw. The pass rush closing in. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all on the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
Handoff here from the shotgun. Look out, room to run here. Here he goes. Well, finally some room to run for this back. The defense had done a good job for containing him until that play.
Well, they've done a really good job up to this point, Chris, of containing him. He finally does get out, but I think it's an example of why you don't give up on the running game. Even when you're not necessarily coming up with big carries, you're just kind of body blowing this defense, and eventually, bang, you're able to hit a big one here when it really matters.
Second down play coming up. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Nice run, he's brought down to the 44.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Offense are going to keep the drive going here. Third and short now from the 44. To throw, it's Sayin. Can't hold on. Defensive play brings up a fourth down. The Buckeyes bring their punt team onto the field. On to kick now for the 5th time today. No fair catch. He feels the punt. Returner is brought down. Gets a starter on the next drive. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Solid run. They'll bring it down at the 28-yard line.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
And now the running back's got it again. Oh, they touched the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, as an offensive coordinator, it's not just about the execution that you're thinking about. You got to be thinking about this clock. So is it worth running the football? Maybe not picking up the first down, but keeping that clock moving. And if you're going to throw the ball, it better be a high percentage throw to keep the receiver in bounds.
The Wolverines have 1st and 10 here. Working the clock with the ground game. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Important 2nd down play coming up. Change of pace, they're looking to throw the football. On the move now. They'll try a pass here. Caught over the middle. It's McCulley. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know if as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Pass is tipped at the line and will fall incomplete. Good play.
How about the call here? They go with the screen on 3rd down. And you don't see that called very often. They're not able to even complete the pass, so no chance at a conversion. So we got 4th and short.
It's a 1-possession game. They'll elect to go for it here on 4th down. They'll hand it off. Tackle is made, but that's good for a 1st down at the 47. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And the Wolverines churn out another 1st down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. To the air. It's Keene. On the run here. Lets it go. Grab down the middle. It's McCulley. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the +40.
Well, I think the offense lulled the defense to sleep here. You think that they're just working the clock here and running the football, and then they throw and surprise you and get some positive yards downfield just to keep this defense honest.
Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. And they hand it off to the back. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Trying to find some room. It's Marshall. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain.
Now they try to run it here on 2nd down, unable to get the 1st down. And now, late in a game like this, the big question, do you pass the ball potentially with an incompletion, the clock will stop, or do you play it safe and keep it on the ground?
Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with the perfect call on this important play coming up. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And the quarterback just kneels down. Well, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.